And welcome back everyone, this is the Effort Battler, and welcome to the final parts of the Team Sonic playthrough. Today, we're going to be starting off this part with Egg Fleet, everyone's favorite level.
You fools must all have a death wish. Witness this invincible battleship, built by the hands of a genius. Its power, unmatched throughout the universe.
Alright, Eggman, let's get this party started.
I love how Sonic's like sticking with his like a little party joke. But yeah, this is Egg Fleet. Pretty much, Egg Fleet, it does its job right. It's not exactly like a final level looking thing, no dark and epic thing, but it's like the second best thing, literally. This whole level is like gigantic, grand. This is basically Sonic rushing towards Eggman for like the final time, jumping through all his battleships and breaking everything he sees fit, along, Knuckles and Tails in tow. This level, if anything, is probably one of my favorites, and it's probably up there in everyone's favorites in terms of like overall levels in Sonic Heroes. Mostly because just the music, if not for the music, how the level's designed, or just the grand scale of how the level's portrayed. And I love it. But since this is a final level, we have quite a few hazards to deal with. Being we are on the Egg Fleet is in the sky. That means there's a lot of places which you can fall off, so you really need to be very careful when jumping through the Egg Fleet from, ship to ship. But the weird thing about the Egg Fleet is it's kind of, well, there's many, I can't talk right now. Well, most of the Egg Fleet is pretty much just looks complete. The whole Egg Fleet is based off of like, not mammals, I shouldn't say mammals. Like aquatic creatures like whales, swordfish, stingrays, stuff like that. There are many like floating random platforms that shouldn't really look like they should exist properly.
Where did they get so many?
They really went overboard.
Leave it to me.
That's actually a very good question. Where did Eggman? Because look how many battleships are down there. Those ships are gigantic. They should take like years to create. Yet Eggman, somehow, I mean, I can't think of a bigger Egg Fleet really. The only other Egg Fleet I can think of is Unleashed, but that was only like that was nothing compared to this. I mean, you look over there, you see like hundreds, just in one view, hundreds of battleships. How is Sonic even going to make a dent, really? I mean, fair enough. The whole thing about this level is we're jumping from battleship to battleship, beating up this, like, oh, that thing's dead. Beating up, like, egg ponds here and there, but if Sonic really wants to make a dent, basically the whole premise of the two final levels is Sonic just jumping from ship to ship to get to the final ship to battle Eggman, but for some reason it makes every single ship here explode? I mean, seriously? I mean, if everything explodes, that'll probably cause a lot of collateral damage. I mean, there's like thousands of ships out there. It's like super duper dangerous.
Ready to land on the battleship.
We are very high up. So basically, the main ships that we're going to be destroying on this little rush through Eggman's Egg Fleet are the swordfish ships, which are apparently, I guess, the only ones that can be broken, or at least have a very visible opening to break. Ah, Thundershoot. You always gotta level up that Thundershoot. Bane can wreck everything, like I said before, and you're really gonna want Thundershoot the last boss. I'll explain that later. Quite sad though they didn't put Egg Fleet in Generation though. I think about it, since everyone sees Seaside Hill like so many times before. People were probably thinking Sega would put like something else, something different, like Egg Fleet or something like that. But being this is the final level, I don't think they would really want to get away with that. But here's the area that we're going to be breaking down the ship. Usually the game advises you to use Rocket Excel, but well, seeing what I've just done, you can just basically just run on the treadmill and just bust right through the top of it. creating a gigantic explosion, having the ship probably fall to the Earth, causing a lot of property damage. So fair enough, we're saving the day, but in time until we're kind of ruining it. But we try, god darn it, we try. Also, how are these giant fans not flying like everywhere? Fair enough, I'm trying to like argue Sonic level level design, but these things are just floating here. They like randomly place platforms and cannons here and there. It's weird.
Got it.
You can really see what they were going with this level. Having like, you know, the final level be like a giant. Since we're not thinking about it, how do we get up here? Fair enough, Tails has his tornado, but he kind of left that in the desert, and we kind of ditched the desert like a good while ago. So how do we get up here? Because Team Sonic has only like the only one with a proper excuse. All the other teams, Rose, Chaotix, and Shadow, or maybe Shadow can like chaos control up here, but maybe, I don't know. But Chaotix and Rose, they don't really have any access up here. I really doubt they flew all the way up here. All the other levels can be like ran to, but this level is kind of like in the sky. So that may cause some complications for some of the teams. Especially since Team Chaotix kind of is doing this whole, I guess, Sonic Heroes game for rent. So I really doubt they can afford like a plane ticket. Or rent their own plane or whatever. Really weird slanted section for some reason.
Got it. Level up.
I mean, what? This is another one of the examples of randomly placed, like, I guess, buildings or machines. There's just a turbine here. A turbine surrounded by, like, 2 half walls, and inside the outer wall are cannons facing inwards. Game design, I know. No, level design, I know. Fair enough, but it's weird. IQ 300 means, you kind of can build... I mean, look at this giant floating turbine. Is that like a fueling station? Doesn't look like a fueling station. Looks like it should be attached to something on the floor, not just floating there. So weird. This game's weird. And here comes another swordfish. I find it I kind of like it, since this whole game's harkening back to the classics. They chose the very egg fleet to be more like kitty-like, focusing more on animals, you know, as the classic games did. So I kind of like that, even though it's not exactly threatening. I mean, you see like a 2-year-old look up and like, "Hey, mommy, there's a flying whale!" But then it rains death upon them. So I guess false sense of security is what Eggman's going with here. That's the only thing I can think of. Breaking everything with Thunder Shoot, the God attack.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
Now, I haven't really actually explained the enemy, like the new enemy type that appears in this level, being I've killed like in 3 seconds. So before it shows up and I kill it, the new enemy type is actually a transformer. I think this one's a gold one, or is it a red one? I can't tell. If I turn around, nope, it's a red one. Okay, so pretty much the transformer guy, basically since before I killed it, is just it transforms into a jet and can fire a super laser when it's in, like, I guess human mode or base mode or whatever. It has a shield and a laser. Usually the tactic is if you start hitting it, it puts up a shield. You have to blue tornado it or wind attack it or whatever, and then just as beat it up and then rinse and repeat. But that's pretty much it for Egg Fleet now.
Yes!
After this final busting through the swordfish, Egg Fleet's now done. I guess we're stuck in air. I mean, we're not even moving. The wind effect is going, but we're not even moving. I think we all know who I use most in this level. Probably throughout the whole game I use Tail, or like the flight character the most. Kind of funny. Playing Sonic Heroes. Play as Tails. Genius. So now we head into the 14th and final stage of the Sonic Heroes Team Sonic playthrough. Final Fortress.
This must be Eggman's
Destroy the flagship's core.
How does this thing stay afloat? Doesn't matter.
I do like what they do for like the very beginning of the level. Show you like a grand scale, like how big the final whale battleship is. This ain't immediate scale that shoves right in your face. Makes you know you're going in for a journey. In this level, oh, it's a journey, alright. But they do something right in this level. This level is, how the level says, a final level, the final fortress. Makes everything dark, makes everything intense looking. Makes it look, we're running through a storm. Storms are always intense, and epic and stuff like that. Music, it's not that bad either. It's going with more like techno feel. It still feels very final boss-ish. Well, not really final level-ish. Because it's not all like happy and upbeat. Like upbeat guitars here and there. It's more somewhat dark, I guess you could say. I wouldn't say dark actually. I would say if anything, it's more intense. Everything about this level is intense. Or as intense as Sonic Heroes could be. So they're doing the job right there with the music. Yeah, I don't feel like dealing with that guy, so I'm just gonna power up my Team Blast here and beat it up. Oh, actually, I think I just beat it up normally. Okay, never mind. I fooled my... Okay, pass me, fooled myself. How could you pass me? I trusted you. But yeah, the big armored guys can be kind of, I guess, tedious to fight. It's kind of weird what they did with this game, since the past games have been all about like speed, going fast stuff. We're actually stopping here to actually like take down enemies to progress. I don't know how I feel about that in a Sonic game, since everyone knows Sonic of going super duper fast. Fair enough, sometimes it's good, but being the whole game is focused around speed, power, and flight, it's kind of iffy for me. Now, do not move your control stick once you go on top of those tornado poles, because if you do, you may alter your trajectory and miss the rail entirely. That's one thing you gotta learn about playing damn Sonic games. You gotta really know when you need to touch the control stick or not. At least in this era of Sonic games. And that's kind of bad. It's quite bad in like certain situations, like in 06. If you touch the control stick, you could mess up your whole game and die. It's kind of bad. But here's like a proper way to defeat it. It's basically Blue Tornado it, and then beat it up when it was, I guess, disoriented. Being I don't have level 3 Thunder Shoot, I can't wreck it this time, so I have to go the old-fashioned way.
Leave it to me.
Got it. Take this.
Here we go.
I don't have enough level ups to actually beat up the Spike Shield guy. I just leave him, never mind, I don't care. Leave him defenseless.
Got it.
Here we go. Take this.
Didn't even see what happened. All I saw was a blue wind. And here's actually why we get to see an upgrade of the red Transformer guy. The yellow Transformer guy. Who's just basically a stronger version, provided I don't have level 3 Thunder Shoot.
Let's go.
Now the one gimmick of this level is there's going to be certain sections where you have to press a self-destruct switch. You heard me right. Self-destruct switch.
Wonder why it's self-destructed.
Tails, that's a self-destruct switch. Why is no everyone surprised when you pressed it? I mean, you wholeheartedly knew what it was, yet you still pressed it with full knowledge that it was going to explode. What are you really thinking? Another thing about this level, in certain sections on the rail, there's going to be laser cannons firing upon you. Of course, different colored laser cannons too. You know, red, blue, and yellow. You know, flight-powered speed. They did a little nod there. You see what they did? Oh, Final Fortress. You are a treat. But yeah, this level does do a lot of testing of your skills in a sense. Putting hidden, what do you call it? Tornado pole? I guess I'm gonna call them tornado poles here and there. Having you test your exploration skills, like here. I guess you can call them exploration skills. Combat skills, speed skills, flight skills, power skills, all the skills. Final level, it's gonna be doing that a lot. Excuse me, why just kill all these cannons? You have to kill all these cannons because in this area, what you call it? The switches that are kind of required to activate the little fan right there are kind of hidden inside the cannons somehow. So we have to. So I'm first going to destroy the cannons, you know, make it my job easier. Then beat up this guy. Then go around pressing all the buttons. Hopefully not going to fall off because I just realized it's a very bottomless pit. Another thing you need to watch out for in Final Fortress, we're still up high in the sky, so there's gonna be bottomless pits like everywhere. Knuckles says that why Sonic kills everything in his way. I believe actually we're getting near the final stretch of the level.
Let's go.
Let me just get on this higher up rail and start going fast. Yeah, we're getting near actually the final area of the level. Because after this rail bit, we're gonna have like a little combat bit here and there. And then we're gonna do like a final rail rush, I could say. Knuckles, I barely use you at all in this level. You ain't gonna be attacking anything. Don't kid yourself here.
Leave it to me. Let's go. Let's go.
Oh yeah, you gotta pull a switch here. What fun.
Let's go.
Gotta fiddle around with the flying mechanics of pulling switches, which can be pretty annoying. Yet again.
Got it. Take this, take this, take this, take this, take this.
I don't know why I launched my attack onto him from like high above, because I can't do any damage to him until he like spins around
Leave it to me.
and then gets uneasy and topples over. See, that's kind of annoying. The fact that even though I have my cluster bomb power up,
Leave it to me.
I can only hurt him with the thunder jump, with the fire dunk, basically.
Got it.
Leave it to me.
Got it.
Gotta find his head, beat him up. But even though this guy isn't really that easy, I mean that hard. Just one last fire dunk. Once he's done spinning around like a spaz,
Got it.
and there you go. I even got a team blast to boot. I think I'm going to actually be using that because the next area, I'm going to be fighting two of these guys.
And robot.
Leave them to me, Sonic.
And then Sonic goes ahead and kills everything. Even after Knuckles kind of claimed all of them. Good job. So pressing this little tornado switch target gives us a full team blast to boot.
There's more?
Thank God we have another team blast, because I'm not gonna fight these guys. Sonic, kill everything. And there we go.
Close.
See, the thing about these levels is we're reaching 10 minutes here. 10 minutes. The GameCube era games kind of made their levels like really long, trying to force like all the action-packed level design into one thing. But in my eyes, I'm probably like, since I really like the, I guess, boost to win mechanic, or how Generations put it, making everything short and sweet but still making a fun level. These long levels are still fun, but they can be kind of tiring in a sense, as we're kind of trekking through this level for like a good while. But for this game, it's not that bad, as we're not going that fast. Or at least this game doesn't have Sonic and Friends go that fast, so I can deal with it. It still has a lot of unique level designs here and there. And this was like, you know, the final rush. Lasers being tossed at you at every single angle. And here, you want to go fast. You want to go really fast, because if you don't go really fast, that giant Eggman laser will shoot you in the face. It won't kill you, mind you, but it will shoot you in the face and make you lose all your rings. At the very last second. So one final self-destruct switch. And we are done with Final Fortress, the 14th and final level of Sonic Heroes. And I apparently use Sonic quite a bit. Knuckles, barely at all. Tails, he's got a medium there.
Barely made
We kind of did just barely make it. But at least we get, since I'm getting all the Chaos Emeralds in this playthrough of Team Sonic, we're going to head to, we get to play Battle. Another thing they included, depending on how many emblems you get like little bonuses in your multiplayer mode. So yeah, we headed to Act 7, Special Stage, Emerald Challenge, getting the 7th and final Emerald. And it's the Red Emerald of all things. So after we collect this last Red Emerald, after we beat all the other teams, we can now gain access to the final story of Sonic Heroes. You know, as the tradition they were doing. You know, get all the Chaos Emeralds, and then beat the game with everyone. Which I don't mind, even though you have to play through all the difficulties. Well, at least the Chaos Emeralds stack, so you don't have to collect them in every single story. That'd be annoying. Come on, Chaos Emerald. Stop teasing me. Just come here. Let me collect you. That's all I want. See, this one's a little finicky one, the red one. It's not exactly the hardest, because in the Emerald challenges, they're not exactly hard, as I said before, but they can be kind of weird, finicky to control, if anything. But if you get like the right momentum, you have to get like the right setup of where you're placed in the map or the tube, you get like a nice super speed boost, and you get the last Chaos Emerald, giving us access to the last story yet again. And there we go. So, with the last Chaos Emerald collected, the final level of Team Sonic Sonic Heroes level done. I messed up that sentence horribly.
You won't get away!
Give it up!
This looks like checkmate, Doctor.
Enough of this! Sonic, Tails, Knuckles!
We now take on the final boss, the Egg Emperor. The final boss in the very chess-like named enemy list, besides the bosses. So the Egg Emperor is hard and easy all at the same time, if you know what you're doing. He's hard in the sense that his attacks, sometimes you can't really see them, and it can kind of smack you in the face. He's also hard in the fact that if you don't catch up to him, like all the other bosses, he will come charging at you. But in this case, he will literally charge at you, and it will hurt a lot, and be very annoying, because he yells out charge a lot. But he's easy in the sense that once you get into like this little arena, you can easily cheese him with your flight character, in this case, Tails. which is why I said, like, mentioned very quickly before, you want to get level 3 for your flight character. Because this is like the safest, it's not the most exciting way, but, it's not exactly the hardest. This is like the easiest way, because the flight character, the Thunder Shoot, can lock on to anything. You can lock on the missiles Eggman fires, you can lock into the shield, and you can lock onto Eggman himself, doing a ton of damage. So you always wanna, if you want to do like the easy way, the cheesy way, I guess you could call it, use your flight mode. But if you're not, be careful of his little slashes here and there, because he will still slash you. But if you want to do it the normal way, you want to take out his shield, if anything, because the shield blocks a lot of damage, especially when you're in like the little chase mode sequences. And then after you take out his shield, just beat him up with Knuckles or Sonic, your preference, or use a Team Blast. And then you'll win the game. You really need to be careful though of when you actually go off the launch pads, because if you time it wrong, you will bump into him while he's moving towards whatever platform you're going to, and then fall off and die. I beg to differ, sir. I mean, you are at like 18 health. I'm just whittling you down so I can kill you with one shot with a Team Blast. Be fancy. And here we go, the final Team Blast, doing the final blow. And there we go. The Egg Emperor is now done and dusted.
Yes!
Let's see what we got.
Great party, Eggman!
Hope you're going away with some party gifts. Maybe some cake. I'd be very disappointed if there was no cake. I want an Eggman themed cake. The egg cake. And for some reason, again, like, you know, classic edition, you beat the final boss. Everything dies. Every single flying battleship just gets destroyed.
Not really. Come on, tell me you weren't scared. If it wasn't for us, you wouldn't have had a chance.
Well, maybe you're right. Thanks, Knuckles.
I like how Knuckles is surprised that actually Sonic's thanking him.
Later, guys. I'm out of here.
Huh. I wonder why Amy's here. Oh, we're gonna have to find out next time when we don't even take on Team Rose. That's like the third team. But yeah, this has been Sonic Heroes Team Sonic playthrough. So overall, the story of Sonic's Team Sonic is just pretty basic. You know, Sonic's chasing after Eggman. Tails and Knuckles are there to make the team, classic team. Tails, Sonic, Knuckles, stuff like that. Being this medium, the levels aren't exactly that hard. You're not gonna, they're not. Yeah, I can't talk it now. They're a nice little like beginning. Give you a nice little taste of how the level's gonna be and how the game's gonna be. It's not easy, it's not hard. It's like a nice little middle ground for those who just want to jump in and play as your favorite character, Sonic, or Tails or Knuckles, whoever you want to be. Music's. Well, I'm gonna say my overall thoughts of the game, since all the other teams are gonna be featuring co-commentators. Team Dark's gonna have Mr. Beard Dragonite. Team Rose is gonna have Link's Paradox, and Team Chaotix is gonna have Roxas 1359, and they're all gonna come together in the very last story to help me commentate over the last story of the mysterious stranger, which I'm not going to announce here, but will probably be spoiled in like the next part. So you kind of have to stay tuned for that. So overall thoughts of the game. It's back in the day, I liked the game. Of course, I was a rabid Sonic fan, like every Sonic game comes out. But now, when I go back to it and play it, it's It's not exactly my favorite, but it's still one of those games where I can come back and play to. After you beat the game, though, there's still a bunch of things you can do. You can, again, if you didn't collect all the Chaos Emeralds, get all the Chaos Emeralds. You can go back into the mission mode and do hard modes of your levels. You know, Team Sonic has they have different boss hard modes. Team Sonic has like a time attack where you have to beat the clock. Team Dark has like kill all the enemies. Team Rose is, I believe, collect rings, I believe. And Team Chaotix is just like remixes of their already different gameplay style. You know, different missions, different objectives, stuff like that. So there's still a bunch of things you can do. And if you get air ranks on everything, you unlock very super hard mode, which is basically a level rush. You go through every single level as Team Sonic, of course, and do harder, more challenging levels or challenging versions of the levels you went through. So it's a nice little mix-up, giving you a bunch of things to play as. You know, a bunch of things to do, collecting, you know, the emblems, stuff like that. So overall, Sonic Heroes is a pretty decent game. And yeah, that's pretty much my final thoughts of the game. It's a fun game, Sonic game. It's one of those games where I could probably come back and play through and do a bunch of other things later. So, without further ado, here's my, might as well say my goodbyes. This has been the Afro Battler, and I'll see you guys next time on another team. Bye-bye.